Hi everyone. Hi all you lovelies out there. Thank you so much for tuning into my video today and for finding me. If you're new here, if you're a regular to my channel, welcome back. And I understand that this video is going to be a little bit different than maybe some topics I've had in the past, which is fine because, you know, part of my vision for my channel was to talk about a variety of things. And I hope that you're able to get something from any of the topics, or you know, you can pick and choose what's relevant to you, of course. But today I'm going to be talking about second careers or unrealized passions that maybe you weren't able to do earlier in life, or in my case, I ran into a lot of barriers and a lot of naysayers and I listened to them. Just had a lot of things going on in life from early on that prevented me from completely pursuing this. And I feel like especially as women and women who are parents and end up living their lives for their children and sometimes through their children, but a lot of times for their children, you know, that becomes your life. Of us, we had more of hands-off parenting style, right? And now it's like everything, the good news is we're very involved in our children's lives, but the bad news is we're very involved in our children's lives, if that makes sense. Like there's a beauty to it and a togetherness, but also you don't get to live out your dreams, hopes, aspirations, and have your time as much as you'd like. And especially in my case, I'm divorced, and I never, even when I was married, outside of my husband at the time, he never had a good support system helping raise kids. So I digress, but that's some of the reasons why I'm doing this now. So I know people can relate in that sense, and also in another sense of what I specifically want to do. So my calling has always been, since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to be a mental health therapist. Like I just have known that my entire life. It's the only thing, not the only thing, we all have gifts, but I'm not good at a lot of things. I have a lot of faults and things I'm not good at. I don't have a lot of like raw talents where it's like, oh, I'm good at art. No, I can't draw anything, or just naturally good at sports or whatever. Like I'm not. But my strength has always been people and relationship building in a genuine way, not in a salesy way, not in a way of like I'm trying to get something out of somebody, but in a way of like I have always had a natural ability of making other people feel comfortable and to be approachable. And that's how I want to be. Like I feel that everybody should be that way in, you know, some way, shape, or form when you can, to be a place of comfort and support for others. And, you know, I've always kind of been that go-to person for friends and family members and things like that. And so it's just something that's come natural to me. And, so when I was a little girl, so I didn't have the dreams of necessarily being a mom, or even getting married. I didn't have those types of things, those visions that a lot of women have, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. That is wonderful. You know, if that's something you knew you always wanted, but this is the only thing that I've just had like burning in my soul. And when I was a little girl and like much more susceptible to what my parents wanted me to do, I remember bringing that up at a young age. And I guess one of my uncles tried to be a therapist and failed. And so my parents had told me like, do not do that. That's a bad career path. Your uncle so-and-so tried to do it. By the way, he shouldn't have tried. He's not. It's because of his personality, not because of you just can't be a therapist. But anyways, I guess he tried and failed. Like he tried and failed. You don't make any money doing that, so just stop. And, you know, a lot of us do listen to our parents, and we're very impressionable when we're younger. So I listened to that, and I ended up going in a different direction. I actually went into health administration because, again, I always knew I liked helping others. But I ended up, as my career started building, going more into the business section and like into pharmaceuticals. And I'll be honest, the money is great, but like the passion and the soulfulness, it was less and less. I was a stay-at-home mom for about 8 years with my kids, and that was wonderful. It's not something I feel like I'm cut out to do personality-wise, as compared to some other people. I think there are certain people who are they're just more built for like homeschooling and being that present parent for younger kids. And that is amazing and wonderful. And I give you all the credit in the world. Please don't listen to this and think, oh, she's hating on stay-at-home moms. No, I do truly believe that's the hardest job in the world, and it's the most valuable job that you can have. I just wasn't naturally good at that, kind of like how I started this. I'm not naturally good with younger kids. I'm kind of better with older kids. So anyways, I stepped away from my career to do that. And then since that point in time, my career has been, I've been in a place where I've been forced to go back into the workforce and to try to earn the same level of money that I was earning from these healthcare, but more business position, project management position jobs. But that 8-year gap being out of the system has been really impacted me in a way of, it's like I can't keep up because so much technology-wise has changed, and so much in the regulations and the regulatory world has changed. And on top of that, it's always been a very high demand type of position in the roles that I've had. And I think the other piece of it, honestly, is my heart isn't in it. Like, I laugh because I named this channel Heartfelt Passionate because that's just me. I need, I guess, like something more mission driven and something where I'm really touching the lives of others. But the problem has been now is financial setbacks. Since being divorced, I don't save any money, really. And going through kind of what I would call almost like a broken career path now, just trying to like maintain and make some money while keeping my sanity has been very difficult. I did enter a program for mental health counseling a few years ago, but then I had a crisis with one of my kids and they really needed me to be there for them. So I just stepped away from it, and which I'm glad I did, because they will always come first. However, they're both kind of on the verge of living their own lives now. I have a daughter who is going to graduate high school this year, and she has plans for herself afterwards. And then my son is also in high school. And so even though financially it's still like I'm still very nervous about it. I'm glad that I have some savings. Otherwise, I couldn't pursue this at all. Because as you all know, like, master's degrees are not cheap. They're so expensive. You know, there's a process to get into these master's programs. And a lot of time in the past, the barriers have been that a lot of these programs would be during the day, or even if it was night school, I'd have kid activities to go to. And I luckily did find a really great program that is fully online but fully accredited, very flexible. A lot of the classes are asynchronous. A few are synchronous, which is nice just to have kind of like, I guess the ones that are synchronous have more of like a weekly call, like a Monday or Tuesday night that you have to kind of be on a Zoom call or something, which is kind of nice because I like that balance of being able to connect but also do things on my own terms. So I guess the big news is I'm doing it. I've registered for classes in January. I am so excited about it. I still am having a problem with the digesting the financial piece of it, but I know, like, this is kind of like part of the impact that I'm supposed to have in this world. It's my calling. I can't ignore it any longer. And it's like, if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? I will also share, and I've shared in my other videos because I'm very open about my age. I'm in my, I say mid 40s, but we're now teetering in the late 40s. And so by the time I graduate, I will be near 50. And so that's something too that's been a setback where I'm like, it's too late. Why would I do it now? It's too late. I'm going to be, 50 plus or whatever. But then you look at it, and for any of you that are considering like changing things up in career growth or switching careers, it's like, well, here's the thing. I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to retire, like ever. And if I have to look down the path of retirement years, what does that look like for me? If I have to continue working, well, I'll tell you what I don't want it to look like. And that is continuing to be in these corporate jobs where I'm hustling, I'm stressed out, I'm barely making ends meet, and I don't have the passion for what I'm doing. That's not what I want. And the stress levels, I can't even imagine. I mean, I am still very connected with previous managers that were in the similar industry where they're retired now, but their health and their well-being really suffered. Their quality of life really suffered. Like, I look at them and I'm like, that wasn't worth it. Like, under no circumstances is it worth it to sell your soul and to risk your mental health for a job. It's just not. I understand, again, please don't think I'm preaching, because I do understand, especially in the short term, there are situations where it's like, I got to put food on the table and my kids need to eat. Sorry if I'm looking around a little bit. It's a little, this parking lot's pretty open, but it's a little busier than I thought. We're good though. But yeah, I'm not judging anyone's circumstances. For me, I'm just like, I can't. I need to pursue what I meant to do. So the beauty for me of the mental health therapist, mental health counseling is, first of all, our world needs it more than ever. I mean, we need it. I have gone to therapy and it's been immensely helpful. And I know it depends on the therapist and the environment and the knowledge and what you're trying to do and your readiness and all of these factors. So again, when I say things, don't take it as, oh, she thinks therapy works in all times for everybody. No, it doesn't. I know sometimes it's a matter of trial and error, and again, different things that are going on in your life and your mental state. But in general terms, it's very beneficial, and I believe in the mental health industry. And I believe that a lot of it comes from the therapeutic relationship and the connection that you can establish, excuse me, with your clients. So I can see myself doing that, and that type of work and being involved in that, especially at some point as somebody who has an independent practice, forever, for indefinitely, and enjoying it. And that's the thing. You know how they say, certain work, when you pour your heart into it, doesn't feel like work, or if it does, it's enjoyable. I mean, that's true. That's the way I feel about my YouTube channel too, and talking to you all. Really, I am so grateful. There's a comment that was left on one of my GLP-1 videos today, and I'm telling you, it brightened my day so much. I started tearing up. Maybe I'm just a big sap, but I started tearing up because I was like, these connections that which might feel small to some people feel really big to me, and it's impactful to me. And so making these videos, even if nobody was watching, just for self-reflection, just for the creation, enjoying the creation of these videos, taking the time out to reflect. And sometimes, a lot of the time, I start out videos not even knowing fully what my message is. I have a kind of a general concept of what I want to talk about and share and educate others on what, like what I can bring value to you as well. It's not just about me and my thoughts. I want to bring value and connect. But a lot of times I'm surprised by what I end up saying. Like, I learned too. My point being, these are the things I enjoy. I enjoy creation, connecting with others, sharing, being open, generating positive energy in the world, and it's soulful to me. And working as a mental health therapist, I know would be soulful to me, and I would have so much gratitude for it. And being able to, at some point, again, kind of pick what my schedule would look like and have my own list of clients and connect with others, I think would just be amazing. Even if now that looks like I'm going to have less savings and I may not ever make a lot of money doing it, that's okay. The money is not what matters to me. I need to make enough to survive and, give my kids what they need. But, outside of that, it's no longer about that. And, if I'm doing this in my 50s, in my 60s, in my 70s, beyond, that's awesome. And I also passionately I strongly believe that we can do anything at any age. Yes, there are mental and physical limitations that sometimes you can't eradicate or get rid of, but don't subscribe to the narrative that, oh, you can't find love after 40. You can't career switch after 50. You can't go on a health journey after 60. You can't travel somewhere new after 70. It's all BS. You are still living a full life of endless possibilities. And even if it has to happen later in life, that's okay. And I'm telling this to myself too, but it's true. It's a mindset, a lot of it. And I can't wait to start this new journey. I don't know how often I'll have videos on it because I start in January and we're going towards the end of October now. But yeah, maybe I'll pop in and talk about it a little bit before I start the program, share my thoughts with you. And I hope, if anyone is pursuing something similar, or if you're debating whether to switch careers and you're like, yeah, I'm only going to have, even if you think you're only going to have 10 more years to do something in the workforce, you know what? 10 years is a long time. And I'd rather spend that doing something I'm passionate about, which again includes these videos. I will tell you what, I hesitated on making a YouTube channel forever. I am not an expert on anything. I am not somebody who ever saw myself as a content creator. And you'll see my videos are pretty not there's not a lot of fluff or flair or I don't have any bells and whistles going on, but I kind of like it that way. I like the approachable feel. But what I'm saying is I never saw myself doing that either. And even that took, for me, a little bit of bravery. So I'm going to continue on with it and share this part of my journey with you. And yeah, there's more things to come. I'm so excited about it. So keep living your dreams out there. Challenge yourself with new goals, no matter your age or your circumstances, even if it takes a little bit of time, even if it's mini goals right now. I think mini goals keep us going and inspired and creating and doing new things in life, new and cool things in life. Any age, you're never too old. I'm sending so much love, and I hope you're enjoying your day. Feel free to subscribe. Subscribing, commenting, or any of those activities helps me support my channel. So I appreciate whenever that happens, and none of it is a small bit of help to me. To me, it's all big. You all matter. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Sending so much love. Bye-bye.